years tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be really cool. What was that? I haven't had time yet. We'll see if I have time to make it over there. I'm not sure. So, welcome to my Q&A panel. Feel free to ask me anything about my career, about me, about voice acting in general, the shows I've been working on. Before I open it up to questions, tell you guys a little bit about myself. So I'm Bryce Pappenbrook, by the way, if I didn't already say that. I've been a voice actor since I was 8 years old. I started voice acting because my dad was a voice actor, and one day I went to work with him. He was working on a show called Power Rangers, and it was so awesome to go in and work with him because they had all those monster suits. So as we walked in, like all the rubber suits were just lined up. So I was watching him work. He was Rito Revolto, the skeleton dude on Power Rangers.
Oh my gosh.
It was just incredible to watch him work. And after he was done, the director said, "Hey, we need a kid's voice." And my dad's like, "He's a kid, throw him in the booth." And I became a voice actor. So everyone gets into the industry a different way. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and something just sort of stuck. After college, I went to UCLA and studied political science and philosophy. And after college, I thought I was going to go to law school. And I started looking more. And I'm like, I should really give this a shot. I should pursue this. And I did and haven't looked back. So I've been fortunate enough to get some really, really awesome roles. Recently announced as Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan.
Yeah!
I'm so stoked to get cast in that part. And even more recently, I was announced as Stas from Blood Lad. Has anyone seen Blood Lad yet?
My brother has.
You people out there? That's a fun one to check out. Really, really funny show. And that was an exciting part for me because I didn't have to sound like I was in middle school, because my voice hasn't changed since middle school, so I usually play like 15, 16-year-olds, and Stas has a bit of a deeper voice, so I got to explore my deeper range, which was really cool, and play, sort of a darker character. He's a vampire, otaku, mob boss. I'm like, yes, this is the perfect role, this is awesome! So I'm really excited for that to come out. I'm not sure when it comes out, but it's Neon Alley sometime soon. And I just feel, very thankful to be able to work in this industry. It's a lot of fun. It's super, super competitive because there's so many other talented voice actors out there. A lot of being a voice actor is just auditioning for different things. And I tell people, if you book one job out of 100 auditions, you're doing very well as a voice actor. So that gives you an idea of how many times people say no compared to yes. Patrick Seitz, I was on a panel with him, and I think he made the best comparison, or the best example of what being a voice actor is like. When you audition, it's like driving to Disneyland. And sometimes you drive to Disneyland and you get called back. That's like getting into the parking lot of Disneyland. So you can see all the rides, you can see Disneyland. It's like, I want to go so bad. And they're like, no, you have to go home. So you go back home. Okay, drive to Disneyland, go home. Sit in traffic, drive to Disneyland, go home. And then one day you drive to Disneyland, they're like, come on in the park, have some fun. And that's when you book a job. So it's like going to Disneyland working. So I love, doing this, and I hope this is just the beginning of my career. I think I have a lot more to do in voice acting. So we might as well start with some questions. I guess.
The second part of the question is, which character do you think from that series you
Okay. So I like Trunks. I think Trunks is awesome. Yeah. So he's definitely my favorite. Who could I voice from that series? I think they could throw me into a bunch of different roles. But I would probably get cast in like Gohan, like a little bit older, like not the like kid Gohan, but like when he starts to grow up a little bit more. Like I could see myself going into that.
Yeah, thank you, Bryce.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, that's a classic. Maybe start. Or if I die in the game, I die in real life. I think you know where I want to go with this. Okay. I'm gonna kill Satan. I'm gonna slap all the Titans. Let's be friends. Okay, now.
Yay.
Okay, so I'm gonna be right here in case anyone wants to like scoot to this side of the room or anything. There's plenty of seats.
Oh, it's a full house.
All right.
Oh,
Whoa, it was there, now it's gone. Oh, this is why. It has to be
this
plugged
ring
in.
is turning blue.
Okay, so I'll try not to knock it over. All right, can you guys hear me? I don't need a mic, right? I'm loud.
You're good.
I'm pretty loud. So, a wireless mic. Oh, look at this thing. Ooh, hey. All right. So, efforts and reactions in video games and anime. It's pretty unique. When voice actors are making these sounds, they're different than any other sounds you'd normally make. You can't see us. All you can see is what's going on in the cartoon, so we have to kind of add to the cartoon and build those sounds to make it seem more realistic and more full. So, an effort and a reaction is anything that's not spoken, so anything that's not, typical words or lines. So, fight efforts, looking in one direction, getting knocked over. I'll answer questions later. Okay, so, in order to...
Of fear, your average man loses ability to think rationally. You aimed for my head. You have to know a blow like that could kill a guy, right? And this means that you were intentionally trying to kill me, right? So then, whatever happens next is what you deserve, right? Men with overwhelming power instinctively strike fear into the hearts of others. He's violence personified. It's what he lives and breathes. Simply put, he is the very definition of violence.
down in there. Is that? I can't even see it. There's CM smirk. That means closed mouth smirk. And then under that is link start. So the reaction is above it. That would be like a. Sorry, you guys hearing a bunch of feedback? Okay. Anyways, here's another snapshot from Sword Art, and you can see up there. There's OM reacts. That's an open mouth reaction. Closed mouth reaction, smile, raising a dagger effort, deflect effort, because there's a pig charging at Klein, he kind of poops into the side, and then an attack yell from Klein. So you can kind of see how in anime things are timed out and how they're separate. All the reactions are done separate from the lines. So here's one more from Blue Exorcist. And this is the scene where they're in Mephiland and Shiemi is getting chased and harassed by this little ghost. Reactions can be something like open mouth dumbstruck reacts. So, I mean, what does that sound like? You never know until you create that sort of sound. I think that one was just kind of like, something funky.